gonna go ahead and take a visit over to Miss Peregrine. Is that her name?
Peregrine.
Mary Peregrine's house. You know, she be taking in the peculiar children up in there. This is based on the children's book of the same name. And this deals with a kid named Jake. Jake is just an average nerd out there working at the Right Mart. Girls don't even notice him when he's in that same class. People just be saying, you mundane, man. Boring as fuck. But one day he learns that his grandfather was involved a long time ago in 1943 with a house full of kids with very particular and very special powers. And that's all well and good, except now they need Jake to come back and pick up from where his grandfather left off, because it just turns out that an evil force has returned. An evil force that looks like Samuel Jackson loves to eat eyeballs of children. Kind of like the real Samuel Jackson up there. Give me your goddamn eyeballs. And the other thing with this is that this is a Tim Burton film. And I hear people talking about, you know, I saw it was a little bit late. So when I was going to see this, people said, oh, man, it's a return of that good old fashioned Tim Burton. You
Timmy's
know,
back.
That Tim Burton where where he makes all those weird visuals and does all that crazy circus looking shit. You know, the things that people loved Tim Burton for back in the day. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are also saying that this is something where, you know what, if consider this to be just another version of the X-Men out there. You're not going to see a review of this that is not that is not comparing this to X-Men. And in a way it is. It's like it's the X-Men if your powers are stupid.
Yeah, if you got rejected by the X-Men, if Charles Xavier went, I don't think we have a place for you.
This is their backup school.
Yeah, you know, like if you got some power that just ain't no use to nobody out there, okay, so you can eat a turkey leg with the back of your head. Okay, what the fuck are we supposed to do with that? How does that help us defeat Magneto?
Doesn't often throw turkey legs at us. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know, go to Miss Peregrine's house. She deals with all that weird shit.
The X-reject.
Yeah, we ain't got no use for that crazy shit right there. Eat a turkey leg, help us defeat fucking Magneto and Dr. Doom and shit. Walk your ass on over. But it's also the place where you go to, not only if you're rejected by the X-Men, but they just find your power is just too weird to deal with. You know, you gross. You know, like they're repulsed by what your power is. They're like, damn, man, no, we can't even look at that. We can't keep you around the house.
You met the twins? That's you.
The X-Men like, God damn, you got bees coming out your mouth?
The bees!
Yeah, the bees!
Oh,
the bees! Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that, man. I can't deal with that.
Right. I just don't know what we can do with that.
Yeah,
We're not saying you're not a mutant at all.
Yeah, that shit is just nasty. Got Charles Xavier looking like Harrison Ford.
Get the fuck out of my house.
You ever seen that shit?
No, what is that?
Isn't that David Blaine?
Man, David Blaine came to his house and freaked the fuck out of Harrison Ford. Like he came there and just showed. The funny thing about it is he didn't do nothing. David Blaine has gone to people's houses and made their fucking houses disappear. Like people look around, where did my fucking house go, man? You know, people's kids still missing. He just went to
Damn. Is he collecting kids with Miss Peregrine?
Yeah.
He's got a van down by the river.
David Blaine's van full of candy. But he just went to Harrison Ford's house and just did a simple card trick and freaked him the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of my house.
He's like, man, I'm not even done with the trick yet.
Oh, he's such a stoner, man. He's like, no, I can't handle this shit.
Yeah, he was high as fuck.
Yeah, man.
This is too peculiar for my ass. Get the fuck out of my house. He's crying and shit. Cards? The fuck did this come from? What is this in my hand?
There's 9 hearts on it.
Yeah. You took the card. Fucking man. Okay, yeah, ta-da. But this is a return to the Tim Burton that everybody likes and everybody loves at one time. I mean, it is going back to those days where, you know, that when I said that weird, creepy circus Tim Burton, that's what it was. Everything had sort of a twisted, evil circus look to it. There were these weird spirals going everywhere. Skulls were always figured into
Tim
something.
Burton's thing was always he spoke for the misfits.
Yeah.
And this is a movie about misfits.
Yeah, it is. That's what Jake is. Jake is an outsider. You know that Tim Burton was that dude in high school who, you know, by the time May came around in Texas when it was 103-degree weather, he was still wearing a trench coat.
All black everything.
All black every day.
Makeup.
Had on
Guyliner.
Had on the crow makeup and sit up there talking about why is everybody treating me like I'm weird.
That was funny. You say like all this circus stuff, and I was like thinking about, oh yeah, Tim Burton movies. Holy shit, they do have a lot of like legit. There's literally a circus in them.
Oh yeah.
Every movie that he does where he's true Tim Burton, the evil circus is coming to town.
Yeah.
And that figures in this movie too. And that's cool because a lot of people, that's what they want with this. And they're saying that this project here was perfect for Tim Burton because even the author has sort of the sensibilities of Tim Burton's film and style. The author, and I can't remember the person's name, but I remember reading that the influence for this was he was at an antique store and just found weird, creepy photos of people back in the day.
Yeah, he put together an art book of kind of creepy photos and manipulated them to be this. He just wanted to have a picture book, and the publisher was like, you know, this is so good. We could get a story going, and got a writer to write a story and turn it into a YA novel.
Nice. Very nice. See, so all y'all making fun of Tim Burton. Now y'all wish y'all was in the corner with that trench coat. These weird motherfuckers getting rich one day.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. This right here is something where this, it's cool that they have a lot of this creepy stuff going on, but at the same time, I would say that the movie immediately starts out with not just trying to be scary and not trying to create this, this scary atmosphere. It actually presents a lot of wonderment in it too, a lot of fantasy in it, and it does it constantly. It's something where every 10 minutes you're discovering something new about one of the kids. You're discovering something new about this world that these kids live in, and one of the reasons why that for me worked is because you're being carried along with Jake. And anytime you're being carried along with Jake, Jake is always your avatar. Jake is the every dude, you know. He's the one that's going along with this new world that's never been introduced to him before. And and it helps the pacing of the film that they actually keep showing you these fantastical images and these scenes over, you know, I would say actually, yeah, about every 10 minutes.
If I show you the rest, you have to promise not to run away.
He's like, I gotta stop doing these Tinder dates. This shit's getting crazy.
Hey, you got a girl in a secluded spot in a wet T-shirt. He's doing good so far.
Yeah, in a wet T-shirt. I promise you're not gonna run away. It's like, oh, I ain't running nowhere.
Normally that would be good, but when she sucked up all the water in a boat, you know, to get that wet, that shit is weird.
I mean, she got lung capacity.
She don't need to breathe.
Y'all nasty, but I like some of the actors in the movie. I think that there's people in here that do a pretty good job at being some of the odd characters that you have in the film. One of the people I didn't think worked too much was Asa Butterfield. Asa Butterfield.
Mm-hmm. Well, you say he doesn't work too well. I say he was god fucking awful.
Yeah,
he was bad on a level I haven't seen an actor be this bad.
It felt like he just saw his lines the first time, and they did one take. They're like, all right, we got it.
Yeah, he said like they were at a reading.
Yeah.
He know he's fucked up. He's like, I know. Hey, don't give me a day to rehearse. You know,
I mean, every goddamn scene, I thought at some point he'll get it or he'll get into it, and I was like, man, I remember liking this kid in his first couple movies. But he's just absolutely terrible.
Yeah. I mean, when I say that the movie's full of wonder, that's one thing, but you don't have to act like you wondering that bad about shit when you get on set. Like,
is this a movie?
Yeah.
Who are those people over there filming?
Well, that was the thing, man. Like, even the first 20 minutes before you meet the peculiar children, like, you're just with him, so you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, no. I fell asleep in the first 20 minutes. I was like, I can't take this shit. I was so close to getting up and walking out of the movie.
Yeah.
You ain't lying, man.
Asa is that his name?
Asa Butterfield.
I mean, all his lines were read like this. I mean, whenever they tell him something like, what do you mean? I don't understand. He acts like he's mentally challenged.
We have to save her.
Yeah, there's a part where like they should being chased by a Slender Man. Like he's like, got the crossbow. Get down.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're being chased by a monster to eat eyeballs. Put some more effort into it.
Yeah, he was way too cool.
Yeah.
He like, look out. You know?
Is that the line? Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
like seriously, I would hold this up as an example to other actors of like, never do this.
yeah, it's like
Never let this happen to
It's
you.
like they showed him the script for the first time. He's like, what? It's like, it was just everything like, I don't know what you mean. It's like, damn, motherfucker, I just said hi. You know? Huh? You know what I mean? This kid can act. I've seen him act before.
I know.
I don't know what's going on with
Hugo,
him.
and I loved him in Ender's Game, but here it's like it's almost like he switched in his twin brother.
Yeah, you know, it's he must have hit his head or something before he got
It's like
in
he
here.
went through puberty and he grew taller and forgot how to act.
Yeah, and you know, he's the person that has to kind of keep it grounded. That's one of the problems with the movie because I like, motherfucker, I'm supposed to be you. You know, I'm sorry, but I ain't supposed to be going through the whole movie like, why? You know, I mean, you help me out, man, because everybody else, they tell you the title, they're peculiar.
Yeah.
They're weird. So, you know, if I ain't got nobody here to keep me fucking grounded and help me feel protected from these weird motherfuckers, and the movie ain't really working because everybody else is crazy. You know, Miss
Peregrine.
Pomegranate, what's her name?
Pomegranate?
Miss Peregrine. What's her name? Peregrine. I mean,
she's the title and she's barely in the movie.
she's got a good enough. She's got some time in the movie, but in the movie, it's played by Eva Green, and she's fine, but she plays the movie.
She's very aloof.
She's a little too perky in the film.
She's perky, she's aloof, and she spends half the time as a bird.
Yeah, no, she don't spend half the time as a bird. I wouldn't say that.
That's
but,
a little excessive.
Yeah, that's a little. But you know, I will say, like, when you look at her in the film, it's just kind of like, damn, girl, calm down, because she's real alert.
You turn into a bird.
Well, I do, yes. But that's not very useful. An inbreed's main skill is the manipulation of reset the loop, and the day is yours to live in again. Reset it daily, and you can stay there forever.
Like, what kind of shit are you on?
No, man,
You know?
it's like they said, do Mary Poppins, but if she does meth.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. Her magic comes in powdered form. You know, shit, one eye's bigger than the other. I mean, like,
man.
It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And he's right, man. She barely had any time in this movie. Like Dumbledore had more time in Harry Potter than she had in this.
You know what? I disagree. I think she had.
She has a lot of presence when she first shows up, and you're looking forward to what she does. Like you're thinking, oh, she's the Charles Xavier, but then she's gone for so much of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we disagree on that. I think she had ample time in the movie, and I didn't really have a problem with her except her being kind of just wide-eyed and crazy looking. But the movie, for as odd as some of these people are, it's a movie that moves too much. And I was saying at first, that sense of wonderment happens every 10 minutes. But then every time they start to introduce a new element, they have to also go in and explain everything too. And there's a lot of introductions of a lot of these elements that really don't add anything to the story for a long time. It takes a long time to get to that part where we know these creatures that are hunting these kids down. It's a long time before we get to that part. We hear about them, there's a little bit of knowledge dropped here and there, hints of them dropped here and there, but most of the time it feels like you're on a tour of that house.
Yeah.
And not really getting to the main story.
It's a lot of delayed gratification, and hopefully you remember it because like they'll talk about something and then it'll come up and an hour later you're like, oh yeah, they did mention that monster, this power that this kid has. So like, yeah, it's really weird. The pacing was really off.
Yeah, it was. I mean, because I admire the movie when it first started. They had the editing was really nice, man. They cut scenes saying you don't need to know that. You don't need this. Nah, that's bullshit right there. It was actually getting to the point early on when we were in the ordinary world. It's like when they actually decide to get into the mystical, magical world, that shit decided to slow down a little bit, And I just felt like, for a movie where they really want you to get to the point of having this conflict where you see the kids actually use their powers, it was taking way too long to get there. Now, when you finally do get to the main villains in the movie, it picks up a little bit, mainly because some of your characters are enjoying themselves a little bit too much.
He was having a blast.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all talk about Johnny Depp. You give Samuel Jackson a costume, he will lose his fucking mind.
Is that from The Spirit?
That's from The Spirit.
That's what I kept thinking about the whole time watching this.
Samuel Jackson, I mean, I'm sure he's a blast on Halloween, but if you put a costume on him, he will lose his fucking mind. He turns into another person. He has fun. The only bad thing about it is that when he puts on a costume like that and he gets to be an over-exaggerated character, he really chews the scenery, man. He said, like, wait, people like, wait a minute, man, that's Samuel. Hold on, man. That's not even in the script, man. like he brought
people working behind the camera getting shot and stuff.
Yeah, he brought his own throwing stars and shit. Hey, man, the script didn't call for that. And in this movie, he does the same thing. I mean, you talk about chewing scenery. I mean, he eats that shit and swallows it. And, and I don't know about the books, but it seems like it was just a chance for an actor to like really go in and choose their own disguise and pick the things that they want to do. I heard that this movie takes a great departure from the script. So I don't know how far this character goes. But Samuel Jackson, on the one hand, lots of fun to see him having fun. On the other hand, kind of takes me out the movie.
Bro.
Jane,
I'll hold him off as long as I
you're
can.
going to realize you are terrible shot with that thing.
Get the others. I'll meet you at the loop.
Oh, no! That's one. Man, this people, you got one of the greatest actors in the world, and he fucks up a screen. Oh!
Death for your beloved Jake and Miss Peregrine. Everlasting life for me. Ew. And the mint for you.
Man, you know all that wind's going right up his nostrils right now.
Watching that, man, I was like, I know this joke is coming. I see it coming from a mile away.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. You saw that shit in his nostrils before it came
I
out.
feel like Tim Burton tried to get Johnny Depp to play this, but the studio was like, you got to hire at least one black person. They're like, all right, Samuel L. Jackson, I guess.
And make him the villain. The one black dude in the movie. He's the villain. Ain't no other black person in that movie.
No.
And he's the villain, looking like a cross between a piranha and Uncle Ben's. I'm surprised that wind and blow that cotton off his goddamn head.
Damn it, But you're saying that's when it kind of took you out of the movie. This is kind of what brought it back for me, because I mean, obviously you could see he was having fun with this movie. But one thing with Tim Burton movies that I really enjoy is when there's humor in there, and a lot of this, especially the first 2/3 of it, it was almost humorless because you had this whole thing of we got to explain this and we got to show this.
Yeah.
And this is a serious thing because monsters are coming out of us, so you didn't really get a lot of humor. So when he popped up, I was like, all right, let's see how he plays this. And you see he's having fun with it, and I enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah, I you know what, and I agree with you. I had, at first when I was putting these clips together, I was like, this Negro's overacting, man. You know better than this. But when I saw the movie, I was like, well, things have been moving so slow that
Somebody had to inject some life into
And
it.
he had the makeup for Asa Butterfield.
Yeah. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, they did.
This is old school Tim Burton, as much as it has those kind of those misfit gothy visuals, but it's that old school Tim Burton where he's all about the visuals and then just doesn't give a fuck about the human characters, or just loses what the story is about halfway through, at least in the third act. Besides the movie being slow, it just falls into, I mean, yeah, it's great to look at, and a lot went into designing what, how it came about, and it probably brings those images to life. But just as a narrative, it brings in the worst or most tropic elements of YA novels, where there's a crowbarring of so much mythology. Every 10 minutes, and this is part of it too, this part of it too. It's like a lot of stuff you don't really need to know. And the romance. It's funny because in the book, this girl that he's having this sort of romance with, she's a little girl. They made this up for this movie, and it's just like, all right, you feel like you got to have this here.
Do you think that changes things for you, being that you've read the book and coming in knowing this?
No.
You think it would have felt more?
No. I found this out after the fact. It's not me like, man, I wanted it to be this. I'm like, hey, be what you're gonna be. But I was like, this whole romance thing that you're kind of teasing, will they, won't they? It's kind of old. It's kind of done. And even this whole story, it's like, yeah, you're throwing in some interesting and even, if you want to say, scary or disturbing visuals for kids, but at the heart of it, it's still so much of what Tim Burton's done before is emphasize the non-important elements, just things that are cool to him. But to somebody who's not him, who's not one of his acolytes, I'm like, this is a very unsatisfying tale.
Okay, damn. I feel kind of bad now because here's where y'all gonna jump on my ass because I
ain't gonna jump on you.
Because I want to get the things out the way that I didn't like, because I feel like this was a return to form for Tim Burton that we haven't seen in a while. Like I said, this felt like it was tailored for him. I'm just hard on it because there was so much more potential there. Now, did I enjoy it? Yeah, there were parts of it I enjoyed. Like I said, being introduced to something that was kind of wonderful, the fantastical and wonderful throughout throughout the movie. I still found those things to be entertaining. I still found them interesting. There was always a new surprise that that would pop up, like the twins that you see right there. You know, all these kids have, sure, they you know, like I said, they're kind of stupid powers, but that makes you want to know what they have. You know, like one girl she controls air, and she's light as air. You got these two twins that are covered up, and you're always wondering what is going on with them. You're waiting for that to be revealed. I always thought that there was a surprise that was being left to uncover throughout the whole film. It's just that I wish that they had actually paced this a little bit better. I don't know, man. What would you guys give this?
For me, man, like you said, I do feel like it is a return for Tim Burton when it comes to visuals, but the writing in this movie and the acting in this movie is just atrocious. Like this is a rough film to get through, especially the first half. But this, man, I did enjoy the second half, and I did like the visuals in this movie. It did feel like a Tim Burton film, and I feel like this was catered for him. But that first half just completely just annihilated the second half for being a good film. And I'd give it a rental, man. I think if you want to, see Tim Burton, what he's doing now, try to get that old form like he had with Nightmare Before Christmas, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and Batman, this is it. But it's not going to be something to make people go out in droves to see it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did. And to me, the second half was no picnic either. I felt it went on too long. And there was a point where I thought it was about to end, and they're like, no, we got to go do this other thing. And I was like, fuck. It's a return to form for Burton. No, sure, no doubt. We've been saying that over and over. But it's kind of like Tim Burton spoke for the freaks and the weirdos and the misfits at that time. But we're in an age now where those people aren't really considered that. We're more inclusive, and anybody who has this kind of powers or anything, everybody goes like, that's cool.
You mean 40-year-olds ain't shopping at Hot Topic no more?
but what I'm saying is, like, there was a time when it's like, if you were different, people were like, man, what's up with you? But now everybody's like, okay, hey, you got something I don't got. That's fine. Come on in. I don't even really see them as freaks all that much. It was kind of like him just doing a retread, like hey, remember how awesome I used to be? Wouldn't it be great to go back to that? It's like, yeah, you're on Blu-ray. I can go catch your better movies.
You are rough, man.
I'm sorry. It's a rental.
It's personal, man.
It's a rental. I mean, yeah, it's personal. I just sit there through it and just go like, fuck, it's gonna be over. Over 2 hours? Are you serious? Yeah, it's a rental.
Damn.
I mean, because of the visuals, I'll give it a rental.
Okay, well, you know what? I guess I'll be the peculiar one here, and I'm not gonna say it's anything you can run out and see, but for those elements that I did like, I would judge a movie based on how much imagination they're actually trying to throw in there. Because we see a lot of lame shit today that we're
like this.
When people Martin, you mother.
Did I just trump you right there?
Fuck out of my house.
No, really, get the fuck out of my studio. No, fuck it. I give it a matinee, man. Fuck you, because I know you're gonna.
Liked it, man. That's fine.
That's cool.
That's fine.
I'm not mad at you. This is not one of those where I go like, I feel this way and everybody should feel this way.
No, because you're gonna say something under your breath like you would like this bullshit.
No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. Look, there are things I like that I don't expect everybody to like, and things I like that I do expect everybody to like.
I don't take this as personal as Martin does. It's not the triumphant
Stop.
Stop. You're not gonna bait me.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
I'm just saying, man. Over here waiting in the bushes and shit. Hey, man. You ain't got no imagination no more, Martin. Why don't you like movies no more, huh? You ain't got no soul no more.
He's doing Samuel Jackson's job.
Exactly. Man, Samuel Jackson, he was this close to reciting lines from Pulp Fiction.
Man, he was.
He was.
But he had a really good one. I can't remember what it was, but we laughed out loud. He's like, get the bitch. I was like, thank you. Cool, dope. I like that part.
No, he was. There were moments I saw Pulp Fiction about to come out of him too. He looked mad at Jake when he missed that shot. Like he was like in the movie he was supposed to actually hit him.
Jake.
Motherfucker!
Still alive, motherfucker!
Motherfucker want to come to them fangs so bad right now. No, it's a matinee. I thought it was a very imaginative film. So, with that said, Martin.
This had so much potential, man. It was like Harry Potter and X-Men.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, I was ready to move on. You're like, yeah, man, it had so much more potential than that.
I didn't say, what? Thank you.
It just don't feel the same if we don't let go after each other.
What is them attacking each other?
They like it better when we do it.
Gamefly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. GameFly's giving me an excuse to do that. And you can even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere, because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month, just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. You know, if you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.